Cristiano Ronaldo's departure from Real Madrid in the summer of 2018 was a monumental moment in football history. After 9 record-breaking years in Madrid, the Portuguese forward made the move to Juventus, marking the end of one of the most successful eras in the club's history. Ronaldo's exit left many fans, pundits, and football historians wondering, what if Ronaldo had never left Real Madrid? What impact would his continued presence have had on the club, on his own career, and on European football as a whole? In this video, we will explore a variety of scenarios and examine how Real Madrid, Ronaldo, and even the broader football landscape might have evolved if the Portuguese icon had stayed at the Santiago Bernabéu. Would Real Madrid have continued their dominance in Europe? Would Ronaldo have broken even more records? Let's explore this thought experiment. Real Madrid's continued European dominance. One of the key aspects of Ronaldo's time at Real Madrid was the club's dominance in the UEFA Champions League. Between 2014 and 2018, Real Madrid won the Champions League 4 times in 5 seasons, with Ronaldo playing a pivotal role in their success. His ability to perform in the biggest games, his knack for scoring crucial goals, and his leadership on the pitch made him an indispensable part of the team's strategy under coach Zinedine Zidane. If Ronaldo had never left, it's highly likely that Real Madrid would have continued their dominance in the Champions League for at least a few more seasons. With Ronaldo's goal-scoring prowess, Real Madrid had a player who could win games on his own, while the club had a strong squad with players like Sergio Ramos, Luka Modric, and Toni Kroos. Ronaldo's ability to produce in high-pressure situations set him apart from other players in the squad. Without Ronaldo, Real Madrid faced a period of transition post-2018. The departure of their talisman meant that the club had to rely on players like Karim Benzema, who had been fantastic in Ronaldo's absence, and younger stars like Vinicius Jr. and Rodrigo Goes. However, none of these players were able to replicate Ronaldo's incredible output in the Champions League, and the club's performances in Europe were less than stellar in the years following his departure. Had Ronaldo remained at Real Madrid, it's conceivable that the club could have added more Champions League titles to their collection. His leadership and experience in knockout rounds would have given the team an edge in high-stakes encounters. Furthermore, Ronaldo's presence could have kept the club's mentality of winning trophies at the highest level intact, which is something that may have been lost as the team transitioned to a younger generation of players. Ronaldo's continued growth in records at Real Madrid. When Ronaldo left Real Madrid in 2018, he had already set numerous records at the club. He became Real Madrid's all-time leading goal scorer with 450 goals in 438 appearances, a record that is unlikely to be broken anytime soon. But what if he had stayed longer? Would Ronaldo have been able to extend his legacy even further? It's safe to say that Ronaldo would have added even more goals to his tally had he stayed at Real Madrid. By the time he left for Juventus, he was still performing at an incredibly high level, and given his exceptional physical conditioning, it's likely that he would have continued to score goals for Real Madrid well into his mid-30s. Ronaldo's fitness, work ethic, and ability to adapt to various tactical systems meant that he could have remained a top performer in La Liga and the Champions League for at least another 2 or 3 years. If Ronaldo had stayed at Real Madrid for an additional 2 or 3 seasons, he would have had the chance to surpass even more milestones. He was already on course to become the all-time leading goal scorer in the Champions League, a title he eventually claimed, and he could have solidified his status as the greatest player to ever play in the competition. The impact on other key players. Ronaldo's departure from Real Madrid also had a significant impact on some of the club's key players. While players like Karim Benzema and Gareth Bale were integral parts of the team, Ronaldo's absence meant that they had to step up and take on greater responsibility. Benzema, in particular, flourished without Ronaldo's presence, finally taking the mantle as Real Madrid's primary goal scorer and leader in attack. However, one has to wonder if these players would have reached their full potential had Ronaldo stayed. For instance, Benzema's transformation into one of Europe's best forwards arguably happened because he was given the freedom to operate as the main striker after Ronaldo's departure. If Ronaldo had remained at the club, Benzema may not have been able to flourish in the same way. Similarly, Gareth Bale, who had struggled to find consistency during his time at Real Madrid, may have continued to battle with injury and form issues if he had to play second fiddle to Ronaldo. On the flip side, players like Luka Modric, Toni Kroos, and Sergio Ramos may have benefited from Ronaldo's presence in the team. Ronaldo's work ethic and mentality would have pushed these players to perform at their best, and his leadership in the dressing room would have been invaluable to their success. These players were part of one of the most successful midfield trios in modern football, and their chemistry with Ronaldo was crucial to Real Madrid's success. It's likely that their individual performances would have remained high had Ronaldo stayed, with the team as a whole continuing to be a dominant force in both Spain and Europe. Financial and commercial implications. Cristiano Ronaldo's move to Juventus was not only a sporting decision, but also a financial one. His departure from Real Madrid meant that the club lost out on a significant portion of revenue generated from his image rights, shirt sales, sponsorship deals, and global appeal. Ronaldo was a marketing machine, and his presence in Madrid helped elevate the club's brand to new heights. Had Ronaldo stayed at Real Madrid, the club would have continued to reap the financial benefits of his presence. The club would have remained one of the most marketable football teams in the world, attracting sponsorship deals, lucrative endorsements, and record-breaking merchandise sales. Real Madrid's global fan base would have remained highly engaged with the team, and the club would have maintained its status as one of the wealthiest and most influential clubs in the world. From Ronaldo's perspective, staying at Real Madrid would have ensured that he remained at the pinnacle of global football. His brand would have continued to grow, and his presence in Madrid would have kept him in the limelight. Ronaldo's association with Real Madrid gave him a platform to expand his personal brand, and staying with the club would have allowed him to continue leveraging that platform for business ventures, endorsements, and personal projects. Real Madrid's transition to a new era. By the time Ronaldo left in 2018, Real Madrid had already started the process of transitioning to a new era. Players like Luka Modric and Sergio Ramos were approaching the twilight of their careers, and younger stars like Vinicius Jr. and Rodrigo Goes were beginning to emerge. With Ronaldo's departure, the club's focus shifted towards developing new talent and building for the future. Had Ronaldo stayed, Real Madrid's transition to a new era would have likely been delayed. While the club could have continued to rely on Ronaldo's experience and goals for a few more years, they would have eventually had to begin rebuilding around younger players. By allowing Ronaldo to leave and begin the rebuild, Real Madrid accelerated the process of integrating fresh talent into the squad. It's possible that, had Ronaldo stayed, the club would have faced a more difficult transition when he finally did depart. If Cristiano Ronaldo had never left Real Madrid, there's no doubt that the club would have continued to be a dominant force in European football. With Ronaldo leading the line, Real Madrid would have had a constant goal-scoring threat and a player capable of turning games in their favor. The club's success in the Champions League could have continued, and the financial benefits of keeping Ronaldo would have ensured that the club remained. Moreover, Ronaldo's continued presence would have kept the competitive rivalry with Messi alive, providing fans with more thrilling El Clasico encounters. The commercial and marketing impact of Ronaldo staying at Madrid would have been immense, and both the club and the player would have continued to expand their global reach. Ultimately, Ronaldo's departure marked the end of an era for Real Madrid, but had he stayed, it's likely that the club's legacy in European football would have been even stronger. Football fans around the world would have been treated to even more iconic performances from one of the game's greatest players, and Real Madrid would have remained a juggernaut in the sport for many years to come. So that's it for today. If you like this video, then please hit the like and subscribe button for more videos. Thanks for watching.